is massive. Keto with the opening kill as that push comes through the underpass as well. That's an important frag to get. Just the first one to allow tabseN time to get comfortable taking these angle shots down the stairs. That's such a tough fight for the Astralis players. Well done, well struck pistol round from Big.
When it comes to the CT side for Astralis, I'm super curious if they're going to have Config playing aggressively over at the restrooms, because that might be a huge problem for Big if he's going to be running wild out there. A lot of the map that you might have to not give up, you can't really do that, but that's going to be difficult to deal with, you know. On the T side, though, I think Astralis might be one of the first, maybe the first team that figured out how to effectively layer flashbangs on the B-bomb side to make it very hard to defend, and obviously with Molotovs on top. So there's no doubt that they know how to do that. And on the other hand, this is, I think, one of the secret strengths and one of the, I think, really joyful things about watching Big in general is that they're so well prepared. So I think they're going to know a lot about how Astralis will try and play this T side. They do so much prep work.
Oh, Farlig low HP, though he can't be aggressive on the fallback, and tabseN is ever so cautious. Gets around the corner as well just before Config swings with the deagle. Keto's going to step up next, up the stairs, but everyone has shifted away from his position. Xyp9x with a nice deagle shot onto tabseN. And tzySN being aggressive through bathroom. Xyp9x will never see this one coming. Hasn't even had time to switch over to the M4 or chuck anything over the wall. Deagle from blameF, third kill would be spectacular. Now, important to say in this series, because we've talked a lot about the dominance of Config, talked a lot about, syrsoN's impact. Keto and Crimbo have also had good series. blameF, for a player that's come into this, is perhaps the most consistent and most effective player on Astralis for the past few months. Been relatively quiet. We haven't had to say his name so much or sing his praises a whole lot throughout this series, throughout the first two maps.
I say in the first half on Dust, he was competing with Config a fair bit, but then Config kind of shot off and started to do a little bit better. But yeah, you're right. We know blameF has more in the tank, but there is some inconsistency, right? With it, at times you feel like maybe not getting the full impact all of the time.
This is the map as well, where you're going to have to lean if you're Astralis, or if you're an Astralis fan, you want them to pull through. You're going to have to lean on their experience as a huge win condition, because you talked about layering flashbangs and some of the tactics Astralis kind of revolutionized on this map. The meta's kind of gone away somewhat from those full-blown executes, right? This is going to come down to experience and courage, and can you actually muster up the assertiveness to make plays as an individual when you see the opportunity, and that's where the experience of Astralis should shine and should be able to overcome the inexperience of Big. syrsoN's going to back away. He's got a triple kill so far in this, swaps out to the M4. Keto on the flank to add one on top, and this will be 3-0 for Big.
Yeah, smart for syrsoN to escape that fight. No point in sticking around for it. So a 3-0 lead on the side of Big. And we'll see. Astralis with the first real rifle round that's going to be coming up here. And finally, this is one of those halves as well where obviously you can buy an AWP on the T side, but a lot of teams will try not to do that because it slows you down in a way that, especially on hitting that B-bomb side, maybe you just don't want to.
Here we go. First gun round. Deep nade. Gonna land right on Farlig. Not too much damage. tzySN, I think, was spammed down to 4, but Glave's not ready for that push. Thankfully, blameF has one and the second.
All right.
Makes it a 2-for-1 trade.
Takes a lot of damage, but that is well worth it. And they're slowing it down. Just to see, is there going to be another reaction here from the Big side? Is anyone trying to push out? Because this is a problem on the T side of this map, is that if you lose track of even one CT, if they slip through somewhere, that is a big issue. Crimbo, forward position by the sandbags. Config, he's thinking about it. He's crouching in, he's checking every single little micro angle there. And Crimbo, no chance on that one. He's going to be going down. syrsoN and tabseN, 2 versus 4. One on the bomb site, another one trying to get in. syrsoN's trying to scramble there with the AWP to cover the high ground, but Config is having none of it, and the smoke is already up. 1 versus 4 for syrsoN. He's taken down Config, but Farlig is already behind him, taking the A-bomb side. This should be an unwinnable round.
Yeah, I think I don't even know if I enjoy him coming back to the A-bomb site to investigate. This is one where I think he should have just evacuated, try and find an escape through the B-bomb site, but Farlig surely would have heard that footstep. They definitely hear these, and syrsoN is well committed in an impossible situation. First round on the board for Astralis. Good to see Config continue with 2 very quick, fast headshots into his peaks.
Yeah, such an important round to get things rolling early for Astralis so that they don't fall into this weird funk where, it's just a a CT-sided half to begin with.
And neither of the two rounds, rounds 2 and 3, after losing the pistol for Astralis, were ever close to them being able to actually win and turn one of those rounds in their favor. But they got 2 kills in each one, was just enough to limit the money growth for Big. So already back to just pistols. And here's the other side of the coin of syrsoN going for that 1v4. They passed over a free AWP to Farlig.
Yeah, that's interesting. Back to pistols and already taking a couple of kills. I feel like, talking about the meta game on this particular map, I mean, it's all boosting inside of the B bomb side from the CT side to look over, and as well for the T side. It's always been a thing. I just feel like we're seeing it even more now.
Yeah.
There's even more crazy boosts coming up all the time to catch the timing against any Ts that are out there. So maybe Big will have something for us there as well. Crimbo defending the lawnmower. It's a nice mower.
It's all right, yeah. Probably not electric. They're having electric mowers these days.
I have one of those at home, yeah.
Cool.
Little batteries can plug in. Yeah, this is definitely gas powered. You got the
Old school. Look at that though. That's a nice green color.
You want that, you know.
Well worn.
I just recently was sharpening my the blade on the mine.
Okay. We're talking about lawnmowers now. We're going to go deep into this conversation.
I don't know, Jason. What do you?
You have all your
don't have
fingers.
to.
I'm kind of surprised about that one.
I'm just saying. It's something I have personal experience with.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad we got the lawnmower conversation out of the way before things got too intense.
I am too.
3-2 in the favor of Big. Guns back in their hands. syrsoN's picking up the AWP again. M4's out on the board. A little bit limited on utility. Definitely limited in terms of kits. I think Crimbo's maybe the only one who can really pick one of those up if he chooses to, which he does not. So no kits on the CT side, so keep an eye if that bomb gets planted for Astralis, the pace of the retake.
Classic Molotov. syrsoN on the other side, and Farlig's out there too, so could be an AWP versus AWP battle if they find each other around the tree out there. The rest of Astralis taking a little bit of a position outside. syrsoN slowly working the angles inside a connector. He sees maybe just the front of a foot there, tabseN, but he's going to fall back pretty quickly, and if he does, if he keeps falling back, oh, syrsoN's going to be catching Farlig. I was going to say, if tabseN falls back, then syrsoN kind of has to as well, but he stuck around for the kill, and that's great.
This is what I meant. When you see the opening, do you have the courage to take it? Glaive's challenge down very low. blameF steps up. Good amount of damage done by Crimbo. Unfortunately, no kill confirmed in any way. Into a 4-on-4, but Glaive is going to be in a real tough position to find how he wants to have impact. He might have to turn into a more of supportive, more of a lurk position with that 7 HP.
Well, there's an AWP to pick up if you really wanted to, but hasn't done so yet. Still kind of shifting back and forth with the bomb. I think they thought about going the other way, but now, here we go. Smoke is up, and there is another one on Keto, so they can keep the smoked up for a real long time, and that is scary on the side of Astralis. They might be in some trouble here. Keto going to take down syrsoN. I think this round has kind of run out of power for the Astralis side. Trying to get onto the bomb side. Oh, no! That's a ridiculous kill. blameF, he should have been dead already. He's low on health himself, and he still might be. Pre-fire coming up from tabseN. It's a good read. And there is no way they're going to be able to pick up the bomb with 10 seconds here. So blameF, he's doing an enormous amount of damage, but he will definitely lose the round there at the end. Wallbang shot coming through, and that will be another round for Big.
Problem is the high HP players were kind of turned into the more like kind of isolated on their own. They weren't the ones kind of causing the action. They were the ones kind of trying to pick up the pieces afterwards. The low HP players of Glaive and blameF were really the front runners to try and get into that B bomb site.
The kind of move that you were talking about earlier with Glaive trying to enter through the monster tunnel like that with really no warning, just going for it. I remember a game with the classic Astralis lineup where Flusher would run through that tunnel. I think he did it maybe 5 or 6 times against Glaive, defending the B-bomb side, and killed him every single time with no flashes, no smoke, no nothing. Just walks in and does it. It's surprisingly effective if you are allowed to do it.
And if you can read the timing of it when maybe there's only one player really who will have his eyes on it, or when there's not a whole lot of utility to counter you. B-bomb site is the plan for Astralis. This might be one of the rounds of those classic executes. Not a whole lot of utility for Astralis to play the slow, grinding map control game.
And not that much utility either to go for much of anything. It's probably going to be all in once they go for it. Quick pop, and then they're just going to flood onto the bomb side if they can. tabseN's blind, puts up a smoke to try and buy some time, but Config up close and personal. Probably should have won that fight too. Keto, he's only alive for another second though. And syrsoN, he can't see much. That box and the smoke on top, and they're already falling back. They don't want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, this is a reset round, and they've got no standing in it, so back away, save the weapons. Good kill, good opening kill from Config. Great spacing as well from blameF to ensure that he's going to have all the information needed to make that trade happen. Yeah, Config probably feels like he should have had that one, but it's all good. Your buddy blameF is there to pick up the pieces. A third round for Astralis on the attacking side. The question becomes, how does Big want to manage their buy in the next round? 3 weapons saved. Do you want tabseN and Keto to spend all their money and force up into it? Do you want them to save behind these 3 weapons and hope that tabseN, syrsoN, and Crimbo can create a win for you out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Perhaps potentially the first time out being called, I would imagine, by Big to talk this one over.
Yeah, that could be a big decision coming out for sure, because if you screw up some of these upcoming rounds here, you could be giving an enormous amount of momentum for the Astralis team. And again, a lot of this is also behind the fact that even some of the rounds Astralis have lost, that last round where blameF, even in certain loss, he still picks up 2 or 3 kills. You're coming out of the round.
Yeah.
Keeping the pressure on the CT side economy.
So no timeout, no save. FAMAS on Keto, MP9 on tabseN. Good amount of utility as well. Can't complain with this buy whatsoever. This time Astralis sending more bodies towards playground. And I think Crimbo called off an aggressive play. He's like, hell no.
Some little voice in his head was like, I'm gonna go for it.
And a louder voice was like, that's stupid.
Sanity took over again. It's like, wait a minute. They fall quite far back. He's starting to slowly move forward. No backup here for him. tabseN is very, very far away, and with just a pistol, not even a flashbang to set up anything here, so it might get tricky. He did pick up a smoke that was back there, tabseN. It's going to be a run boost out. Oh, that's still... Oh, no! Farlig, he still gets it! I was going to say, it's a delicious meal for Crimbo to take, but not at all.
Well, that's at least 2 players spotted at long. So you can see the big defense adjusting. They're leaving syrsoN alone with the AWP to peek towards blue door. That's sandbags. tabseN decides to stick around. And as you mentioned, tabseN just with the P250. Got a lot of people coming his way for just a pistol. They've actually even moved all 3 weapons, all 3 guns over to the B bomb site. They're hoping tabseN, if he can get a spot early enough, maybe they come back and try and defend this, but he hasn't seen anything just yet. I think just now he spotted Config, but he's already done. No reason for Big to come over to this bomb site. Keep playing the economy game, and maybe a mistimed flashbang on the entrance for Config will have no consequence, as the defense ain't home.
Just a couple of good rounds here in terms of getting the right read, picking the right bomb side, and then obviously getting that one good entry that's sometimes all you need. So that's going to be all tied up, 4-4. And the only real silver lining in a couple of these rounds are Big is the fact that they get to save some of the weapons so that they can keep the battle going, they can stay dangerous. But that danger is contingent on the fact that they actually get the fight with these weapons, right? I mean, Crimbo had a chance out there, but tricky position. If they run into syrsoN next round again, I mean, that could be something. So they have that opportunity going forward, but we're at a dangerous point in the first half right now for Big, no doubt.
And then this is one of those. This next round upcoming, this round number 9 is one of the ones where I think if you're Big, you really kind of want to send syrsoN a little bit forward to just find you an opening kill, find you one. This time, Big called the timeout to talk things over.
Yeah.
Forced up with a FAMAS and an MP9 in the previous round. I don't think that's going to be available to him this time. I think this is one you want to play the economy game and make sure you can be settled and moving forward with some cash.
I definitely have mixed feelings about sending syrsoN forward right now, because it worked right at the end on Dust 2, but every other time for the last day and a half when I've been asking for that,
you can't think about that at this point.
It's been blown up.
You can't think about that if you're Big. You can't think about the plan not working.
Oh, well, no, you're right. We'll see what they actually go for when they get into the round. They're investing into it. They're buying everything behind these weapons. It's expensive, and it's not that they have that much to work with. We'll see if it's going to be enough. Round number 9 coming in.
Yeah, 2 SMGs, 2 FAMAS, and an AWP. They are sending syrsoN forward.
Okay.
He's going to be at party.
How much does he have in him? He's going to get the fight right away. They're not even slowing it down. There's the peak. Config's down and out. On the other side, the flash. That's a friendly flashbang. Might have even been his own flashbang. And Sip, he's going to go down to tabseN. Wallbang headshot to drop him. syrsoN on Farlig. Oh, it's a brilliant start right here, and he's ready for more. Taking down Glaive with the bomb as well. It's everything you could have hoped for and then some. Triple kill on syrsoN, and they clean that round up. No problem. They upgrade at least a couple of weapons into AKs. What a beautiful and much needed round out of Big.
Yeah, this is nightmare scenario for Astralis. Not only I mean, you're not necessarily in terms of the score, but the last thing you wanted, you're hoping that syrsoN's struggles would continue if you're Astralis, and you already felt it on Dust 2 when he starts getting into the game, and he's getting into it early this time on Overpass.
That is definitely an issue.
9 kills on syrsoN, 9 kills on Keto, 8 on tabseN.
And a real chance there for Farlig to get the revenge. He could have got the shot off, but
he blinded himself.
Never a good plan, really.
He didn't see it. He didn't. Oh, now he knows. Now he knows. There's blameF again. Deja vu. blameF with the save from the other tunnel. And Glaive this time is able to handle Keto. It's 2 for nothing, where previously it was 2 for 1.
That one was on the edge of a knife as well. Could have gone either way. I felt like he didn't spot it out as well. He could have been shocked and surprised. 2 people down at the B bomb site. Crimbo and syrsoN. AWP, close range. They're going to be all over him if they go for it. But the bomb is really far away right now. So Astralis, with the time that's left, just want to find out, where are the remaining Big players? And
I think Big is not using any kind of counter utility at the B bomb site for some time, because they were actually kind of hoping Astralis might commit. This is where they had 2 players. This is where they had syrsoN's AWP. They wanted them to attack into it.
And that one's from A. That smoke that lands, and they saw it. They knew that was coming from the A bomb side. Might make them think, all right, this is it. Crimbo. Flashbang is perfect. Here's the follow-up. Sip, though, he sees it coming. Second one will catch him. And that is a great effort from Crimbo. Really cool. 2 versus 3, but they're already rotating out of that A bomb side because they felt the pressure. They knew that there were people coming, so sneaking in behind them.
Bomb's got a long way to go.
It's config, yeah.
I think it's going to be.
It'll be there.
It'll be there.
But they can't get slowed down, so Farlig, I say, stop throwing grenades and such. Just get back into action here. 10 seconds. And Farlig is at least going to make it to the bomb site with enough time to plant. Scary stuff, though.
Yeah, but a good call from Config. And again, we'll just touch on that. Can you work up the courage to make a play when you see the opportunity? And Config knows so much attention is towards the B bomb site. He's taken an educated risk that he might have either a 1v1 or, as he saw, a 1v0 at the A bomb site to give the escape route over to Astralis. 5th round on the board, largely based off Config's play. Good impact from him with 0 kills in the round.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes. Now, syrsoN will get to save the AWP, and the Big economy, they really needed to, they need some.
I mean, they're gonna be buying again. They have enough money to go for another buy.
Oh.
Unless they take this op away, and then maybe that changes. Ooh, that's a tough loss to take. That's a great find for Astralis. Finally, that's the first time, the first round that Astralis has won since round number 4 where they've eliminated all the players. They've finally taken all the guns out of the hand. So that whole plan of Big, of keep saving 2 or 3 guns, buy up some mini weapons behind it, that's no longer an option for them here. Back to Deagles.
Get some more HEs. 3 of them. I'd love for them to try that, you know, just to blow up Astralis, because that would be a funny way to win a round. They got 4 of them now in play. Gonna be 1 landing a little bit deep. There's 1. Second one would have been, oh, there was a second one, but didn't really do anything. Still, I appreciate the attempt, if nothing else.
Oh!
tzyzYN. Instant death.
And an AK.
blameF.
Good find.
Astralis under a little bit of pressure behind that. See if they can make up for it.
A lot of pressure, because they didn't really have anyone in position, any kind of real control to maybe take advantage or try and get aggressive elsewhere on the map. Still starting from scratch out towards long. tabseN jumping for information with just the USP. 2 defenders only at the A bomb site, but again, if they can get this early spot out towards long, if the timing is a little bit more fortunate this time around, then they can start shifting the AK-47 on tzyzYN over, but they've lost syrsoN.
And they need that AK, and unfortunately, it's only now just making its way into that hallway leading up to the A-bomb site. Config is close, looking to see if he can take down tabseN. Oh, it's a good kill. Can he get a second one? P250's out. It's not that far off, but glaive crouching right under it. But now they got the AK here. 30 seconds still, and Astralis pausing outside, just waiting. Keto under a lot of pressure, and the firepower is too much. Farlig with the swing and the kill and the triple at the end of it. What a scary round. They could have absolutely lost that round, Astralis, and that would have been a nightmare. But now they're actually set up in a very nice position to try and do some real damage here.
Yeah, that was tense, especially because Astralis almost got caught just kind of slowing things down right at the entrance, right at that long choke point, held at bay for just a moment. And yeah, tabseN a little bit frustrated, couldn't put that AK-47 to good use. glaive was the one to eliminate the rifle. You could see what it means. One round lead, and despite the fact that Big has done some good things and had some really good battles in this, Astralis is already up to a solid number of rounds for T-side Overpass, especially considering, remember, they lost the pistol. This is a 6-2 run that Astralis is on at the moment, since the gun rounds began.
It's kind of a weird mix right now of Big losing a lot of guns in the round that they win, but also keeping a lot of guns in the round that they lose. And so it's like they're kind of maybe all evens out a little bit, and Big are, at least they don't go on like these crazy double saves on the CT side. You know, like they keep being a little bit in it all the time. They've
had some scrappy rounds they've managed to overcome with MP9s, with FAMAS, with light utility. Once again, syrsoN aggressive with the up and successful. This time he's flashed off the angle. Still sticking around, and that hesitation can get you killed in different rounds. This time he doesn't get punished.
Yeah, but they're long quick. They might be quicker than tabseN expects. Crimbo, though, will take down syrsoN. Oh, Config, he's running the whole way. This is crazy. Heard and killed. Even if syrsoN misses the shot, surely tabseN's there to pick it up. 2 deaths for Astralis early in the round. Oh, but a little bit too bold. Oh, no way! Farlig as well on top. Crimbo, the only defender, and he's going to get sprayed down. What in God's name is happening?
syrsoN has the bomb.
Yeah,
this is an awkward 1v1.
Does he know?
He has to know. I think he knows, and he's getting aggressive to try and catch. blameF is thinking that syrsoN's going to be back towards the bomb. Oh, did he hear the scope? Oh, he heard the scope, 100%. He 100% heard that. I can't believe he's going back into it. He's going back into it. blameF, stone cold. Big win for Astralis.
That's a ridiculous round. That is a lost round. That is a lost round, and then in less than half a second, it's completely flipped.
I don't even know. I don't even mind the play from Config either. It does seem crazy, but why not throw that in?
Yeah,
for one round. And it might have also, you have to think of it this way too, it could have been a little bit of a misread of the economy, right? They might not have realized that Big had the money to go for that solid of a buy. He might not have expected an AWP, might have expected maybe just pistols.
Yeah, I mean, even if rifles, right, if they're just holding more at the center of the map towards connector, which they have a couple of times been stacked up there, there's no one nearby, they're not going to hear it. So yeah, high risk, high reward kind of play, I suppose. Ooh, good timing, good headshot. Config put in his place by syrsoN. But the follow-up again is obviously all pistols, so it's still a bit rough here. Deagle's out. Dangerous fight to take, but the grenade will at least give a little bit of pressure up there. blameF not scared about any pop flashes coming through. They don't have a lot either. tabseN goes down, and now he's found the opening. Really solid, trusting in that aim. And he's, yeah, I'm going to clear the whole bomb site now. I'll take everything.
He heard us talking shit at the beginning of this map. We said we hadn't heard us say his name a whole lot. Here he is.
Speaking of names, we haven't had to say so much yet. tabseN still at 2 kills. Crimbo's at 5. They need a couple of more players to step it up here for the CT side as well. About to be 8 on the board for Astralis, and that makes for a terrific first half already. Possible to get all the way to 10 if it keeps going this way.
Yeah, this is turned into a fantastic half for Astralis. And they've been tested too. This hasn't been an easy half. That's an ace for blameF, all 5 kills. Doing all the work in this round. He's up to 15 kills, 7 deaths.
Yeah. Not a lot you could do about that. How much more do they have left in them here? Big under a lot of pressure. They need to step it up. Make this an 8-7 half. Walk away with a, 2 consecutive rounds. A little bit of an upswing towards the end. Get into the second half. You got some time to get that big speech out and make everyone feel fired up for the second half as well. syrsoN still playing really well, on point with the AWP. Classic nade stack coming out. Gonna be all the way back there, and 4 on 5. syrsoN, that was his 12th kill.
He's had Config's number in this game so far. He's done a very good job finding some of those opening kills. Good flashbang, but a better peek from Keto to make sure that his teammate was protected. That was tabseN completely blind. Now Glaive towards sandbags. He's got to know one player's low, but the Molotov is going to force back his aggression. 5 on 3 for Big. Last time we saw this, Astralis recovered in that crazy, crazy round. Can they do it again?
Got to think Big are going to be so careful this time to not do anything mad.
Look how passive they're playing.
Yeah, especially Keto backed really far. Looks like they're going to try and go for the boost back here, which is very hard to deal with. Even in a potential man advantage, you could lose to this kind of a thing. But
this is also great too, because if he actually takes a shot, Astralis is going to be focused on him, and tabseN can roll out from that pillar. tabseN's in a very safe position when you add this boost into everything. Glaive gets the kill. There's the pounce. tabseN has the information. Now they know his position, but they've got nothing to flush him into the open.
A bit awkward that they were trying to reposition that boost so much in the middle of that fight. That did them in. Oh, Farlig with a follow-up tap. Nearly the kill, but tabseN will be there. And that's a 6th round. So something working out. This time they held the advantage. And it's going to be the 15th round that's coming up here. Plenty of money on the Astralis side to buy.
Weapons being shuffled around on the defensive side as Big put together a very strong investment. 9-6. If they can win this round, Astralis, this would be the exclamation point on a very solid half.
Yeah, for sure. They tried to go for the stack once already with the sniper boost, but didn't really find anything. Don't want to do it again. syrsoN out here, pretty deep nade. Will tag up Farlig a lot, actually. That lands right on him. But they're going to be forced back. Molotov there in connector, and Big at least pushed back towards the restrooms. Keto, timing pretty awkward right there. Looked like that could have been a little bit of a fight happening, and blameF creeps in slowly, checking the hallway, and we'll find Keto.
He's been so good, and what a time for him to step up when Config has had a tough time finding openings towards bathrooms, trying to take control out towards long, towards the A-bomb site. blameF is able to accomplish the same thing just on the other side of the map.
I was calling out tabseN for having a few kills, but syrsoN's right there with him at 3. So we should probably mention that too in passing, because it means there are a couple of players here in the second half that could have a resurgence, hopefully, and start to do a little bit more for their teams. Oh, that is awkward for syrsoN. At least he doesn't die, but doesn't take a lot.
He's coming back, though. He's coming back, and he misses another one. Now it's time to give it up. That'd be way too risky peeking back into it. He's being very cautious because there's no one at the A-bomb site. They could already be up, and he's going to get caught. He's going to get caught for sure.
Config's just not afraid.
No.
He just doesn't care.
He's been clean picked off by syrsoN as well, like 3 or 4 times throughout this half. Nice Molotov. I bet he couldn't do that if he tried.
5 versus 3, 15th round, no saving here for Big. They have to go all in for it. Config, slow first half for him, but this time he cracks it open. Crimbo alone down here in a 1 versus 4, and Glaive will get rid of him. A 9-6 half in favor of Astralis. It's a great baseline to begin with. We'll see if they can finish it. They're not that far away. The second half is coming right up after this.
Hey Future Pros! Let's take a look at a nice little A exec you can throw on the A side of Overpass. For this exec, you will need 2 Future Pros, 2 smokes, 2 mollies, and a couple of flashes. Future Pro number 1. You'll be throwing the bank smoke along with a molly for the truck. To throw your smoke, get into this back corner. Aim into the bricks and just to the right of this little brick. Then jump throw the smoke. For the molly, aim along the bottom of this wall in line with the shadow. Run forward, then walking jump throw the molly just as you get over the shadow. Then throw a basic flash behind your team to help them out. Future Pro number 2. You'll be throwing the stairs smoke along with a molly that lands next to the dice box. To throw the smoke, get in line with the right side of this beam and crouch down. Find the gap in the white spot and aim at this point and crouching jump throw the smoke. For your molly, aim just to the right of this brick and crouching jump throw also. Lastly, you'll throw the initial flash, which will help your team take space into the site. This is a nice execute and will make it hard for the CTs to play behind cover, also leading you to get the most out of your flashes.
The final battle is upon us. It's Astralis versus Big, and there's no more road left here. 9-6 in the first half. We've said it all along. Someone's qualifying, someone's getting knocked out right now. Big are a little bit closer to the latter part of that being true, but they've come back time and time again, so maybe they have one more comeback left in them. We're about to find out.
Yeah, how far can they take it though, and can you actually overcome blameF at the moment? He's taken the reins over from Config as the beast for Astralis. 16 kills in the first half, and he's got dualies.
A sign, maybe?
Taste of what's to come.
Curious to see if tabseN and or syrsoN could play their way back into this as well. They've not been doing that well. Crimbo, he was phenomenal at the start of this best of 3, but we need him back as well. They need so much on the big side. And we are off. Config here with a USP. It's Farlig, but he's only good for 1. Gonna get traded, and now Config, he's got no more rope left. He's getting hunted down. One more headshot. It's better than nothing. Makes it a 3-on-3.
And importantly, all the information gives a lot of intel over to Astralis. blameF is pushing not to go up the ladder. This is an information gathering position. He's hoping he can hear some footsteps. Ooh, excuse me.
Wow.
I'm dead wrong. I cannot believe he's just climbing up this ladder immediately. He might get pulled into an awkward situation. Crimbo's looking for this exact play, but blameF is being patient. Now he's the player who can tell them if they're going back to the B bomb site, which allows 2 defenders for Astralis to hold on to the A site.
Yeah, because syrsoN was pushing out of B2, but once blameF is here, then they feel like it's not that relevant. Only way for Big to really completely skirt this is to try and go back down connector and sneak through into the B-bomb side, but how did they no way for them to know that. They have 2 smokes on the Molotov, though, so that's a lot of stuff to work with on the Big side. If they can find the kill, they could probably do a lot here, but look at the flank is already out. He's already moving up behind them. glaive, I think he must have spotted them there. He definitely knows now. Goes for a little bit of an early fight, but just has to stay alive. That's the only thing that matters, because you have to draw the attention so that blameF can do his work. Oh, but they hunt him down. They actually find him, and now they're taking the fight to syrsoN, who's in a little bit of trouble, and that flank for blameF, it might be too late. They're all 3 of them here. It's a tag team, and they're just killing them.
They have to go away, though. 17 seconds. Oh, no, they don't. They can go down to B. Yeah. Oh, blameF has been pushing this whole round, and he's been pushing away from the action. And look, I love the dualies. This ain't the time for him.
No, not at this range, and he's thrown them away. He wanted to be sneaky. He's been crouched down. If they would have gone black back to try and plant, what a disaster it would have been. But they read it so well. Just 3 people, a kill squad coming for lone members of Astralis, and syrsoN able to close it out. Headshot to bring him down. That is an amazing round out of Big.
Yeah, triple kill. Look what it means to the rest of Big. syrsoN still just not reacting to anything whatsoever, but the rest of his team's getting hyped for him. He hunts down glaive. Good aggression, and well done from Big. A pack mentality in this round. And all the little mini traps that Astralis set up throughout this round, none of them were sprung. First, the aggression from Farlig and Config. Great play if there's like 2, maybe 3 T's attacking into that position. When all 5 of them are there, it's real rough.
It's got to feel devastating if you're blameF, because you played the whole round so incredibly well, but in the end, you get no reward for it. Quick swing, a little bit dangerous here for tabseN too. He's exposed, but the rest of the team is there. This is exactly what friends are for, Jason. Good job.
Yeah, well done. 8-9. It's both pistol rounds won now by Big, and it's looking like both halves are going to start with 3-0 runs from Big as well. That's a huge advantage to have in the third map of a the third and deciding map of the series.
Yes, it is, and they're getting really, really hyped up too, which I like to see. I don't want to see Big go up with a whimper. I want to see them rally some of that strength here and get the whole team fired up. 18th round. Let's just see. No AWP yet to play with, obviously, on the CT side. blameF, aggressive, but the flashes are pretty good. He's going to be forced back. tabseN trying to hunt him down with a MAC-10. Very awkward position for Farlig here, but he's playing around the smoke and actually still alive somehow. He comes back for more. syrsoN will get the kill. A lot of damage there as well on the Crimbo.
Took a lot of time to find Farlig. A lot of HP, a lot of resources used. blameF, he can't fall back. There's a Molotov behind him. He knows it. Caught with an 8 in hand. A little awkward, but Config's still here. He hears the footsteps out towards long. That's tabseN, not the HP for this kind of an engagement. Knocking on the door of the A bomb site as well. Crimbo's going to get a little bit blind. Hasn't worked up the courage to move into the site. Almost a 1-tap at the headshot angle, but now he's pinned down.
And they're so low on health. They all were. Nice position down there at the sewer. No chance syrsoN. He's going to get this kill every single time. So what a scary round. It actually looked for a minute like they were about to make it back here big, but Astralis, they managed to control themselves, get some good fights, and as you said, tabseN maybe, you know, hurrying out long, wanted to try and see if he could help so that they had a wider angle with Crimbo to fight at, but just got caught.
Yeah, I think I can understand the idea. It obviously looks a little crazy that he's running, but again, making an educated decision based off how much pressure was actually with Farlig so pushed up towards Party, with blameF in bathrooms as well. He's not expecting a third player to be tucked behind flowers. If he actually slow plays that and lurks it, I think Config goes all the way back towards the A bomb site and he might have a free kill, but you can't know it at the time.
Yeah, you really can't. Well, that's a decent start for Astralis. They also keep 3 rifles alive, which is not an enormous amount, but it makes a difference long term if you can keep doing it. And no bomb plant being allowed for there on the side of Big either. So let's just see. 19th round. 1 AK on tabseN. He had a fair bit of money in the bank. They're going to keep the money on syrsoN for the eventual AWP. How much can be done with 1 AK-47? Well, maybe they have the answer. See, if he fires back though, tabseN, that'll show them. Well, they can hear that AK is out there, so don't want to give it away too early either. This might be a better engagement. Oh, but blameF comes swinging, and it's very low on health. Nearly a double there. More shots swinging through.
Yeah, those tracers flying by. M4 for Keto to pick up. Might want to try passing one of these rifles over to Crimbo with the armor.
Yeah.
But only if you can find a safe time to do it. Big have control of the middle of the map of the staircase. All 4 players are here. Again, pack mentality is strong with the Germans for the moment. Farlig and Config at the A site, although Config flirting with the idea of heading over towards B heaven.
They have really almost any nades left here on the Astralis side either, so
they're just...
Yeah, this is awkward. Farlig, did he spot them out there? Now he certainly did. Going to be calling a couple of people back, surely. He needs some help here. 40 seconds, and Big have a timing window that's closing really second by second, because now there's going to be 2 people at the bomb site. Still not much left in terms of defensive needs for the Astralis side, so they're going to need to swing and take some of these fights eventually.
Yeah, but I mean, Config spots one out towards long. Farlig spotted one at Banana at Highway earlier. So they know it's going to be A at this point. Config and Farlig better be ready. Farlig waiting for the flashbang. There it is, doubles him up. Keto with no armor, not able to settle down the aim punch and get a clean fight. Config involved in the action now. Crimbo's going to find one, go for the plant, but they're going to stop this surely. They're going to push up. Ooh, he's going to get it right at the last second. Xyp9x couldn't turn the corner in time, so a tiny little win there for Big to get the extra bonus money from the plant. But an 11th round for Astralis. They have a 3-round lead.
Yeah, but I've got to say, you know, getting 3 kills and getting the 1 plant like that behind not that much of an investment is super important.
Yeah, just out of the one AK-47 did his job.
Yeah, definitely did, right? They can come back and really smack Astralis in the face if they can pick up this next round here. Yeah,
money's going to be tight. Glaive still kind of deciding towards the end of freeze time what he wants to buy. Drops down to the MP9, picks up utility. 2 kits on Xyp9x and Config for Astralis' defense.
Classic setup here. So yeah, they're going to be pushing through with flashes, but Big have seen this. They know it's coming. This has become way too popular. We've seen it many, many times. And it's just, once you see that smoke going down behind, you know what's coming up next.
And what a bold time to make that kind of a call when your economy is bruised and battered. And very close to the breaking point. Astralis shifting everyone to the B bomb site. Win or lose based off this hit.
Might as well bring Farlig even closer as well. Just try and get them out here. This is an all-in. And Big, they're walking through.
No, they're going to try and save, but the timing's not there. Config is stuck. The question is, do you fight with him or do you abandon him? blameF with only the 1 kill. Config gets that as well. There's a chance still.
There is a chance. It's Config after all. Even if he was a little bit low in the first half, they're going to be catching him. Farlig trying to help out. They get kind of close, but I think you're absolutely right. They got caught in the middle of making the choice to actually save, and then, yeah, that's rough. And I really, the power of that play, first of all, I think the power of that play with the smoke outside by the fence is if people don't know what's happening when the smoke goes down. They've never seen it before. The second power of that play is if there's only 1 player there, which is a common thing for the T side to throw 1 player there, then it's huge. But if you have 2 or more already, you know, on the monster tunnel side of things, it doesn't have the same impact.
Yeah.
Waiting for a timing boost here. Okay. Sip finding a shot. Anyone else want to step up and try and take a swing at him, then they're welcome to.
Uh-oh, Big is forcing this. They're forcing the issue.
Yeah, they are. Pistols. Not that many pistols either on the other side, and only that 1 deagle. Farlig is good for the 1 kill, but yeah, they get them wiped out at the end. The blameF showing up, but it's way too late, so... But perhaps a little bit tense when you try to swing into the deagle, but in the end, the grenades will make all the difference.
I'll tell you what, this is an awkward stage in the game for Astralis. Just to go back to the money, they just don't really have it for a clean buy. Farlig was at 3,700, so they're going to have all rifles, but missing some nades here and there. They're going to be missing kits, and they'd obviously love to get Farlig on that AWP as soon as humanly possible.
I think tabseN had 4 flashbang assists in that engagement, so...
Good for him.
Yeah, sorry he's not going to show on the scoreboard in the same way, but yeah, still pretty well done. Here we go, blameF, aggressive, out in the playground, but the flash is amazing against him. Is that a friendly flashbang?
No, that was tabseN chucking the flash as well, so good read, good defensive posturing to prevent that from happening. blameF had 16 kills in the first half. He's got 18 right now. He's cooled off a little bit, but we're still early. Xyp9x almost caught. Instead of even dropping the smoke, he backs away. Lets Glaive take the fight, who loses his head. And again, Astralis on the back foot here at the B bomb site. And Big playing a very simple T side. Very simple, but very effective so far.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, one thing is maybe dropping a couple of rounds at the beginning of the second half or anything like that, but it feels like this is being ripped out of their hands right now. The speed behind some of this for Big is really terrifying. They're going to get some kills here, but it's just, they're walking away. They just want to try and save what they've got. There was a CT flashbang coming in, but I guess it was half a second. I would love a replay of how close that flashbang was to blinding whoever got the opening kill there. Crimbo?
tabseN.
Oh, tabseN, all right. Because that can't have been far off that Astralis flashbang maybe turning the tables once again.
Yeah, unfortunately, it went the other way. blameF 8, the entire flashbang that tabseN throws into the sky. All tied up at 11. Might be time for an Astralis timeout. A really, really good first half, a really good offensive half from Astralis and Overpass, but Big is matching it at the moment. To start this second half, it's been a 5-2 run. And Big had to make some really awkward decisions with their buys in some situations in the first half. It's Astralis' turn to wrestle with that, to weigh the pros and cons of investment versus the scoreboard. And they do take the timeout. Their second of the game.
Yeah, good stuff. I don't know if it's exactly true, but you feel like once they started picking it up here in the second half, the energy on Big changed, you know, a little bit. They were really, really getting fired up, and that seems to, some of that seems to have carried on over into the server here.
B-Stream update as well. We don't have the only intense game going on. Vitality in a grueling match against Sprout, which surprises everyone to see this level of competition out of them. Good performances so far. Tied in maps and decided on Overpass as well.
Yeah, crazy that it comes to this for Vitality. I think that, I mean, that's shocking. Even this, it's one of those games. Even if they win it, you have to think, well, yeah, you can't really celebrate. You have to almost say, yeah.
A lot of the old guards struggling to find their old form, struggling to find their effectiveness. Astralis here trying to do just that.
Always a fun boost, this one, if you don't use it too much. We'll see on the other side if anyone's going to be seeing it coming. Farlig definitely making a lot of noise falling back off that, which is a little bit risky, I've got to say. tabseN, nearly a kill. We'll come back for it with a headshot. Farlig is gone and out of the round. And now Glaive, he'd love to pick up that rifle, but it is too far away. The Eagle, and he's already been spotted. They know he's there. syrsoN going to be able to take care of him. blameF out of it. syrsoN's
been a huge talking point for us throughout this series, a huge talking point for the desk, just about Big in general. And boy, is he delivering on the third map. 19 kills, 11 deaths on Overpass.
We've seen one gargantuan flank fail in blameF in the pistol round. Config setting up for another one. If he's fast enough or they're slow enough, there is a way.
I don't know if you can stop if you're Config. I think you have to keep going. You have to take the risk that someone's looking for this. Look at the pace that Big have at the moment. Can this defense hold off? You can see a flashbang for Zipex to clear things out. I think Glaive might have spotted some bodies out towards long. Yeah, Zipex is turning his head to address the situation.
Yeah, the defense is a P250 and, well, now a little bit more with an AK, but it's not a lot. Config, the timing, I think he might be 5 seconds late. Good headshot. That might slow them down just a bit, but tabseN is ready to take the fight. Good kill for Glaive as well. And it's a 1 versus 2, and there's no way they know that Config is here already. You can see they're checking the bank. They're not quite sure. He has another maybe 5-10 seconds here before they start to wonder where exactly he is sneaking in. syrsoN is the real health player here, and he goes for the spray. Oh, it's early. Config is so dangerous. He gets the dink and transfers immediately, and that left an opening, but they're going to win the round. What a miracle for Astralis.
That's the absolute classic where Config thinks that he's completed the kill on the first player and transfers over. Thank God that guy had low HP because he had to come back for it. Tense. You mentioned 5-6 seconds. Zipex and Glaive do just enough. By just enough time to Config to get into a clean position for this flank. And oh, baby, yeah, a little bit of a grin on his face. Shout out to old school play of Config in that very same bomb site on Overpass.
Don't.
Knifing in a 1v1 with 1 HP.
Yeah.
In the major qualifier deciding match. No stranger to that bomb site and deciding situations.
That's when a lot of us watching immediately diagnosed him with something.
Yeah, some kind of mental problems.
But in the best possible way, you know. This is awesome and also completely nuts at the same time. 12-11. They got the second flank in. Is it enough though? I mean, Astralis are far, far from out of the woods here. This game is so even right now.
This might be the most important round of this entire map so far. Look at the money for both teams.
Yeah.
This is going to dictate a lot in round 24. Oh, good dink. Good dink through the boards. Crimbo down low. Glaive might come back for some spam, but he's got to be careful. They've all got to be careful about the ammunition they're using.
They wheeled syrsoN in still. In a lot of these rounds, their secret weapon to try and open something up with. kind of almost pushing him forward. The rest of the team behind him saying, let's go. Oh, no.
Oh.
It's Crimbo. He wasn't even the one that had been tagged. Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was.
All right, fair enough, I was going to say.
Well, he even got some spam damage on Akito down to 45 HP, and now they know exactly where the AWP is positioned as well. So much damage been done through the boards, and more information for Config. Got to be careful. They're starting to stream out Monster, though. If Zipix can't hold on to this, they could be in trouble during reloads, but they're stuck behind the smoke. Oh, no, I don't even think Big has seen anyone yet in this round. All these kills coming through smoke and through boards, all this damage being done, and Astralis with a massive advantage.
Yeah, huge, especially no bomb plant, no nothing else. So devastating, especially if they could save all the 3 or the 5 rifles here on the Astralis side. I think you're right. I don't think maybe they saw Glaive jumping once, and that's about it. Otherwise, they just, yeah, all take bullets and die, either inside of the smoke or with wall bangs.
You got to be really careful here if you're Astralis. You could see at least Config wants to go on the hunt, and if they lose one player, everyone needs to back off. You do not have the money to really hunt down these weapons, and they even call it off for the one player.
Yeah.
Go for a boost.
You could try if you want, but yeah, I agree. I don't think it's worth it at all. This map is very, very likely going to be won, and the series going to be won based on who has the economy in the end to keep up the fight. And right now, that looks like it's going to be Astralis. Now, 13-11 is the scoreline. They're 3 rounds away.
Don't throw away a clean win. Don't throw away a round where all 5 players survive. Flawless victory. Nobody takes damage.
What a painful encounter for Big. Trying to set up something out there. They even had, I think, syrsoN wheeled into a great position. If you can get the AWP that far into the L-bend, it takes one mistake from the CT side. Little peek that's a little bit too wide around that pillar at the center, and you know, you have the opening you need. And everyone is there. They can explode on it immediately if they want to, but never really showed up that way. Oh, timeout being called.
Final one for Big.
What a stressful, this has been a stressful game right out the bat. Like right out the gate, it was this way. Tremendously one-sided to begin with, and then a little bit of a comeback, and then just kept going.
This whole series, if you're just tuning in on Overpass, 16-14 victory for Astralis on Nuke, 16-13 victory for Big on Dust 2. And Overpass is looking like it's going to go close to 30 rounds as well.
And the truth is, Big could have won Nuke 16-5 or something like that. Oh, man.
Big invest what they can.
And as you saw in that little pop-up, it's Vitality surviving the Sprout scare over on the other stream. So, sigh of relief, no doubt, but something to fix.
Yeah, that's not going to be a comforting win for Vitality. Astralis trying to close out this series, survive a scare of their own. All the Danes of the greatest lineup of all time struggling to find success here in 2022.
Yeah, it just has not been the same, has it? Go down connector. They have some firepower in this one. They obviously saved the AWP and the AK-47 from the previous round. They bought one more AK, and they have some utility, although it's not a lot. But it is a couple of smokes. Maybe try and see if they can smoke off the sniper spot down to the B bomb side. syrsoN, it's a good read, and blameF, he goes down. Config, he's up close. Or he might be able to get another godlike flank coming through. Timing, once again, is absolutely everything. 35 seconds, he's still moving forward, getting a bit closer now, and they don't even know. Oh, they're in so much trouble. Config, again, he's just a little bit of trigger discipline to wait for it. A lot of spam coming out, but they know they've been found out. They have to go for it. If they want this round, they have to go right now.
I don't know how Config gets back into the action, though. He's got to know he's going to be held. Oh, tabseN missed an opportunity, not the second one. He's got that. Farlig stuck at the pillar with an AWP. No scope on a tabseN. More, a second for Farlig. He saves the day, and Big has nothing to stand on, and it's an Astralis round.
Absolutely crazy. There's only 11 seconds. That's why tabseN just picked up the bomb and ran for it, hoping that no one was going to be behind that pillar and they could just get the bomb plant down.
Oh, that look says it all.
It does. They know.
That's the look of a man who has no timeouts left.
No timeouts left. And an Astralis team that's 2 rounds away from delivering an absolutely soul-crushing defeat.
And Config only gets 1 kill, but just the chaos that he introduces into the situation makes it so difficult for that hit to be effective for Big. And once again, they did it so much in the first half, finding ways to have success with scrappy buys. This time, blameF, he goes for this push. This feels like Nuke. This feels like the Nuke push where he pushed outside, got a triple kill. He does it again here with 3, and that might be all she wrote for Big.
Yeah, Config and blameF both just running all over the place right now. 19 kills on Config, 19 on Farlig, 22 on blameF. So yeah, this is crushing. 15 rounds on the side of Astralis. Map point, series point. 1 round from qualification into the group stage. It has to be one of the most labored matches from all sides I've seen in a very, very long time.
Yeah, and we kind of knew that. I mean, both these teams coming in with the, I mean, not yet to find real success at some of these big events. Despite so much promise in both the lineups, neither of them been able to really figure out a way to make it work. I think even, oddly enough, with a kind of matchup like this, even more than the than qualifying for the group stage is obviously massively important, but also just avoiding complete and utter disaster.
Yeah, it's a lot on the line for everyone involved. Outside of B, it's Keto with the UMP, and the rest of them creating some space, taking map control out on long. Still with that AWP on syrsoN, so he's been the source of a couple of good openings here in the second half. That he might be able to do it again. tabseN is at 24 kills. He is trying, captaining the team, top fragging, putting the entire team on his back to try and make this work. It's a little bit of a jump, but enough to find the opening there. And let's just see.
Oh, it's so heartbreaking. syrsoN's having a great game.
Yeah. Question is, could Keto find a way to be relevant out here, or is he just going to be discovered if Config keeps going? Maybe he's going to find that shot, and that should be the UMP going down. A lot of pressure at the restrooms. 45 seconds on the clock, so are they going to be able to force anything here? syrsoN taking down Farlig. tabseN nearly found. He will be found, but the transfer is not there. Crimbo gets the return. glaive with an AWP now, and he beats syrsoN somehow.
Ooh.
Oh, 30 seconds. They want to fall back because they think they have the opening, but they still don't know about Config. He's in the sewer holding this door. It's a nice attempt for tabseN, but he is knocked out. The spray continues, and it's nearly a double, and here's Sip on the flank. He sees him.
20 seconds.
Pull it away, yeah, but that's the bomb, though. On the other side, on Crimbo, he has to take the long way around, and glaive is holding the high ground.
There's an 8 on Zip.
Surely not. That would be a heartbreaking way to lose it. They're trying to get the plant. He danks it off. Oh, is it there? He gets it, and that's it. No bomb plant and no group stage. It'll be Astralis instead to pick it up. Soul-crushing defeat for Big.
Man, they had to battle as well, but Astralis, they come out on top. That's a very difficult series that they just played, and look at the heartbreak as well. syrsoN at the end of Dust 2 stepped it up, carried it on to Overpass, but it wasn't enough. Astralis are going to take that. They're going to eliminate Big from IEM Cologne 2022. They'll move on to the group stage, and they're going to have more tests in their future. Headed to a break, we've got the boys on the desk.